Good evening, guys. Just hopping on to do a small transmission. Just wait for people to find this live feed. I'll add it to a few groups, so bear with me if you're there or watching it later on YouTube. Give me a moment or two to share this video around. Yeah. So if you have found the live video, could you just let me know that you can see it and hear the sound, okay? Before we get going. Good evening. Good evening. So I just wanted to hop on tonight. Just an impromptu bit of energy support that wanted to come through tonight. Just because last week I noticed myself getting caught in the whole narrative around what's happening with P. Diddy and all the frou-frou that's going on in the media, social media, alternate media, blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot been poured into this narrative right now. Lots of disclosures, lots of unfoldments, lots of energy. You know, whether you're new to this topic, I guess, or whether you've known that this kind of practices went on for some time in Hollywood and other arenas. Yes. So I really just wanted to hop on this evening and just do a little bit of light language channeling around this subject of harvesting and looshing really the collective field by the salacious content of what's been played out in the public arena. Yes, there is a place where it is useful for it to be exposed, and we are in that cycle of exposing the hidden during the eclipse season, especially, you know, whether it's our own hidden veils or whether it's something in the wider collective field that has been exposed. So, you know, all of this P. Diddy stuff that's now unfolding at a rapid rate, it has been around for some time. You know, it has been known of the parties and I guess the ritual abuse of the younger Hollywood stars as a sort of entry point into fame, fortune, etc., etc. Yeah. So I don't want to go into too much detail of the content. I know that most of you have probably seen the content that is floating around, and I feel like at some level it is also activating the energy field of the collective, and also sort of trying to harvest our energy down that sort of salacious route, I guess, rather than staying with our own process right now, because there is such a yes, Annette, it's a little warmer here. You know, it's such a fine topic to discuss, and it's also a very salacious topic to get sucked into. Yeah. So I want to sort of release energies where we may get corded to this topic of ritual sex magic, if you will. And this could come from our connections with past lives in Egypt, very much so, or it could come in through own family of origin story, depending on our family of origin. But there's definitely a stirring and a intentional stirring, I feel, at this time of the sacral chakra. Yeah. And that, I feel like we need to cut some of the cords to that energy, to cut some of the cords to maybe what's been triggered in us, so that we can release, whenever these patterns come up in the collective field, we have an opportunity to work with them. We have an opportunity to notice our response to them from what we see in playing out in the collective, and we have a choice of whether we sort of go right deep into the researching of it all, or step back a little. Now, I feel like many of us have know this topic inside out, really. Definitely since the COVID years. Yeah. So this is something that we don't need to really go into too much. Yeah. Not deeply, I feel. Yeah. So what I want to do is anything that is past karmic past karmic energies that are wanting to come up for clearing through this outpouring of information that's coming out, anything that links back to ritual harvesting of or sex magic from Egypt, or sort of reptilian-esque energies. We just want to be inviting spirit in through our energy field, through the light of the golden Christ frequency, which is coming in very strong right now as we head towards the solar eclipse. Yeah. This is why I think it's very interesting timing that all this information that has been around for a very long time is now exploding out into mainstream media and alternate sources big time during this eclipse cauldron. It is obviously a time when everything is uncovered and seen, but it's also, I feel, dragging our energies away from being really in our central pillar, and really integrating the power that we are, and that what we have been invited through spirit and the energies that are coming in at the moment to really solidify in ourselves. So I am just really wanting to release some energies that no longer serve, and open us into our power center, into our sacral center, so that we have that rested sense of ease in our being, because it's very tumultuous, the energies anyway. And let me just do a little bit of light language for now, and then we'll continue maybe with a little bit more dialogue before I go, okay? So I'm going to work with this golden sheen obsidian wand, just to cut through energetically, just to cut through any cords that have been brought in through this information that's coming out, or this scenario in the collective field that is now ready to release from your being. And we're working primarily with the solar plexus chakra and the sacral. Yeah. So just allow this light language to move through you. And it is just really to clear old hooks and imprints around sexuality, around abuse, black magic, the use of children in sex magic, all of that energy. Yeah, we're just wanting to release that from our fields and be of service to the collective field by working with the release of that in ourselves, we are working with the release of that in the collective field as well. So just grounding yourself where you're seated, whether you're in Sydney, whether you're overseas in Sweden or elsewhere, please just allow yourself to release your base to the floor and absorb this energy as a gift from spirit to release anything that you're holding on to so that you can move into the next couple of days in the eclipse with more expanded freedom in your field, not getting hooked in or buy into any of the narratives that seem to be wanting us to drag us out of our center, our core, our spiritual home. Yeah? Okay. Jabududunaki badanaka bashole bedege badananaka shalabakuto to take bananaka shalabatuto to take badananaka shalapatuto to take petete shilakati kiputo to tatananaka shalapatata chichichichichichichichichichichichi shepatika pachachachachacha shepachiko patachachachacha shepachiko patachachachacha shepachika badadananaka shepachika bananaka shepachiko bananaka Shebocheka dik bananaka, shalabachiko bananaka, chalapochiko bananaka, chalapochiko bananaka, chalapochiko bananaka, kipochachachachachcha, chalapachiko bananaka, chalapachiko bananaka, shalabachiko bachalaka, pachiko palaka, shalabakata ta 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 ta. So take a breath. Welcome, Carol. Welcome. So I'm going to work with, I guess, something that feels like it's here to be worked with, a little provocative maybe. So if you feel that you don't want to work with this subject or work with this energy, you're free to turn the video off or turn the sound down, whatever you want to do. Okay? So nothing has to feel like you're being done to, and nothing has to feel like you have to force yourself to watch it if you don't want to. Okay, so let me just say that before we go to this next piece. Okay, so this is stepping back from the energies of Egypt, stepping back into the energies of Egypt, and what was originally worked with in those very dark magic days of Egypt in the mystery schools, when there was a lot of distortion and twisting of the energies, was the beginning practices where a young being had their soul fractured through penetration through the anus. Yeah. So we want to so what I want to work with, an edgy subject for sure. Yeah, an edgy subject for sure. But I feel like it's important that we work with this aspect right now, because it's here in the collective field with this Diddy story, and it's also ready for release within the collective consciousness, even if it's something that hasn't been talked about much in general terms. But this is a practice that fractured the soul of a young being and then allowed a soul, an energy to enter. Yeah, an energy to enter through that cavity. Yeah. So I just want to work now with that resolution of that frequency from Egypt to now, and it's going to work obviously with our base chakra. So if there's any energies of that you hold in your being as cellular memory, yeah, cellular memory of times past, yeah, or even if there has been sexual abuse in your own life, this may be something that's too much to sort of work with. But if you feel open to it, you may want to receive this energy as a to support a healing process, I guess, supporting healing process. Of course, with that chakra fractured, then the being is also pushed into fear, lack of safety, and insecurity. Yeah, and that's how there is then the insertion of the entity. Yeah, so we want to release that out of the field. Yeah, I want to release that out of the field. Okay. So just feel your base chakra. Feel that the energy of gold infusing around that center as a healing balm, as a golden frequency, as a golden light. Yeah. And we want to just work with this light language now for deep healing of the of fractured souls, really, of fractured souls that have been through these processes. Yeah. So we're sending our energy, our light to those beings all over the world. And we're also working with our own base chakra here. Yeah. Our own base chakra for deep healing of trauma. Yeah. So again, just feeling the energy. Yeah. Feeling the energy. Yeah. Jabututu tiki banana kashala pakuta tiki banana kabatara kabatara kabadana kabashile patiki 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 patutanaka. Shalapatiki patiki patuto tiki patako to koshole patiki patataganaka. Shalapataka tadanaka butana kabutana kabutanaka. Shalapututu to tiki pataka pukana kabashile patiki patatakanaka. Shalapataka patana kapututo shile patika patutanaka. Shalapatata Shalapatik kopatik patutona kapoto shalaka tiki patiki shelepetiki shalabakata tata pukotiki niki putatakanarka shalabakaki pututakanarka shalapatata tatariki patarana katiki pututakanarka shalapataka pututakanarka bashalepetaka tatanarki shalapatika badananaki patututakanarka shalabakuto tiki putukoti shele katiki tiki shalabakuto to the parkieta de kananaka to shalabaki kata da kika danaka shalabatika putananaka da kanaka shalabatika putananaka shalabatika putananaka ka. So just allow that energy to settle. If there's anything you want to type in the comments, feel free to. And you know, I feel that there is a little bit more around this subject, if that's okay for you guys. It is a sensitive subject, but boom, 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 boom. Yes, Kiri. So I want to work with this sense of shame and blame, yeah, of the young innocence that is takes on the shame, takes on the blame, or when an adult really when adult mistreats a child in a sexual manner, the child doesn't understand what's going on, and of course he or she will blame herself for what is happening or happened subsequently. Yeah, because how could somebody that is supposed to love me or care for me or look after me be doing such a thing unless it's unless it's normal, because I mean a child does not know any better. Yeah. So what we want to do is release the lower three chakras, because what gets happened in the child experiencing violation, really forced violation, is that the lower three chakras just jam closed. Yeah, they jam closed, and then because the intensity of the pain and the emotional response is too much for them to handle at that time. Yeah, at the time it is happening. Yeah. So we're wanting to really work with those lower three chakras. Yeah, because they what has been used in the collective field to keep these practices hidden, contained and people in fear of speaking out is the shame, the blame, and also obviously with Hollywood, the loss of face, fame, and money, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So there's also a hook in the money side of it. But what we're working with here is the deep trauma that's held in the lower three chakras of the collective field. And this is why it has been allowed to happen so far, because it is so painful for us as a collective field to admit that this kind of stuff goes on. Yeah. This, and especially to people that we're supposed to think are, famous or, kind, or, you know, we have a version of who they are. Yeah. So we're going into the collective field where there has been major suppression in the lower three chakras, and where the abuse happened early on in innocent beings, and it was locked in. And this can actually follow down the family line also. So if you are, if there has been some sort of sexual, abuse of some sort, or physical abuse in your family line, maybe even 3 generations back, the energetics are still held within the 3 chakras of the physical, yeah, the lower 3 chakras, and that also potentially carries on the cycle, or carries on the potential of abuse in that system. Yeah, so what I'm wanting to do now is to work with the lower 3 chakras of the physical body, of course, and this is to release that moment where the shame and the pain and the blame are internalized as the child's responsibility. Yeah, the child takes that on and then holds that. Yeah. So this is to support all victims of abuse, of course, but also to release our own lower 3 chakras so that we may feel at ease and ready to receive, once again, energies that are coming forth this week during the solar eclipse. Yeah. So, bum, bum, bum. Let's just work with those lower chakras. And I'm going to work with this gorgeous jade cobra, representing the Kundalini. So, so we're establishing, we're trying to establish flow again in the lower chakras to release the pain body from this experience collectively, and also ask that it be done in a way that feels safe and comfortable to beings that have received abuse in this lifetime. Okay. So just again, allowing this energy to ripple through you in your lower centers. Okay. Clearing abuse energy. Yeah. Jabatuta de Kibatanana Kaba Shabatuta de Kibatanaka, Jabatuta de Kibatanaka Batanana Kapututa Kananaka, Shalabatiki Petiki Petiki Potuta Kabatanaka, Shalabatika Botuchi Shelepatiko Potanaka, Shalapatatatanaki, Tatatatanaki, Shalapatututanaki, Shalapatichi Shalapaki Shalakchachachachachachaki, Shalachachachachachaki Patataraka. Shala chichi chica patata shala chichi chichi patata shala chichi chica patata shala chichi chichi patata nanaka shala chichi chichi pataka shata chica patata nanaka shata nanaka shata nanaka Shut up to the Nakapoto Tekabataki Shele Pachika Patrick Shatu Chichi 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 Puko Chacha Chichi Kopatika Nanaka Shalapachi Ki. So allowing yourself to settle with that energy. I just want to grab a crystal. Bear with me, guys. Okay. So how's everyone going so far? I hope this is supportive of your own personal process. And if you don't know people that have been quite impacted by this narrative at this moment in time, please feel free to pass this transmission on or guide them to it, and they've got freedom of choice, obviously, if it feels like it's relevant for them or if they want to work with this particular subject at this time. Okay. So now we want to bring in the Mother Mary energy. Yeah, Mother Mary energy. And this energy is really obviously about the Divine Feminine, the Divine Mother. And this is really to to support those beings that are feeling lost and alone. Yeah, lost and alone. So whether they've experienced abuse in this lifetime, yeah, or whether they have or whether they are feeling like they have nowhere to turn. There's been a loss of innocence, but they're too frightened to speak out. Yeah. Again, for fear of what may happen to them. Now, this could be, the Hollywood scenario, but this could be a family scenario or a school scenario. We're just wanting to work with this energy where the fear of speaking out is so terrifying and shame-bound that they feel like they're alone in it and on their own in it. Yeah, and it feels like it's still quite deeply held in the sacral of humanity. Yeah, this sense of isolation, this sense of aloneness, and the thought that comes in: if there was a God, how could this have happened to me? So that real sense of doubting their faith, that there is anyone out there to support them, and feeling super alone. Yeah. So we want to really now work with that in the sacral to bring in the pink vibration, bring in the pink ray to support beings that are going through a deep emergence of emotions at this time through the narratives that are coming out, bubbling up in the collective field, which is of course perfect as well. That these energies are arising and that we are impacted in the way we are individually and collectively so that we can move forward. Even if there is a ritualistic aspect to what's happening, there is also, I always feel, benefit if we can work with the energies that arise and support our own vessel cleansing and releasing triggers and emotions from the past. Okay. So again, pink light, Mother Mary frequency, really working deep in the sacral now, deep in the sacral to heal that sort of really wounded child, deep wounded, alone child. So inner child, if you will, loss of innocence, fear of speaking up. Yeah. So let us just work gently with the Mother Mary frequency now. Yeah. Shabatuko to get Patan Kapataria Bushali Patika de Campataragantarga, Shalapatica Bariantari Bariantari Bariantari, Shalapiantari Bariantari Bariantari, Shalapiantari Bariantari Bariantari, Parkiantari Pariantari Pariantari, Shalapopotia per Shalapapoyo, and then a Capariantari Pariantari Pariantari, Shalapariantari, Pututokiantari, Shalaparia Picoyo, Shanana Caputia, Paticile Pacotia, Taraki, Shalapocoyo, the Calaporkianta, Caparkiantarca. Shalapotoita Regiantataka Pargiantataka, Shalapokoika, Danagiantataka Diantataka, Shalapatia Tatagiantataka Yantataka, Shalapokorki, Dandana Yantataki Yantataka, Shalapatata Paratata Regi, Tatata Regi, Patakantataka Arki Randaraki, Shalapatiantaraki, Shalapayantaraki, 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 Patakiantaraka, Purkiantaraka, Parkiantaraka, Shatatata, 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 Shatatata. So just allow that energy to release through you. Yeah. So just working with a divine love and compassion spray. Yeah. So just feeling that, releasing out of your field. You might have some sensation in the sacral. I certainly do. So yeah, just keep allowing that to breathe through that, and drink some water when you finish this. Yeah. Okay. So there's one piece I feel, one more piece, and then maybe that's complete. Yeah. So working with this fire quartz dragon. So fire energy. So we are coming into that solar eclipse. The energies are heightened, the fire frequency, fire codes are coming through. There's a lot of Mars energy this month, I've heard from the astrology rounds, that there's a lot of fire, a lot of Mars, Pluto, Capricorn, and moving into last stages of Capricorn before it goes into Aquarius and Pluto. So it's quite a tumultuous time this month, fire energy. So, but also what I'm wanting to work with right now is the fire that is underneath the shame, the fire that is underneath the blame, the fire that is underneath the freeze or the frozenness of feeling alone and separate, the fire of the child that was not able to say no, or not able to express him or herself, or not even able to cry out after the event or events because it didn't feel safe, or they thought no one would listen or understand. Yeah. So this is the rage, the sacred rage, if you will, of that child that didn't get to express itself. Yeah. So underneath the wounding is the vitality, is the rage that needs to be released so that we may become more vital, more energized, and more powerful in our energies. Okay. So let me just work with igniting the fire, releasing rage that has been locked away and hidden from our own view, let alone anybody else's, so that we may come into more Kundalini flow, more expansion, more energy, more heart-centeredness, the flow of the sacral energy meeting up into the heart and bringing in the compassion and the creation energy. Yeah. So all in all, it is a fire codes for the sacral. Yeah. So again, just listening to this energy. Jabodo de banana shalabakatike badananaka shalabatika badadananaka shabatika bananaki shalakatishika de tishka badananaka tishka badadananaka putishka nananaka shalabatishka nanaka shibatika badatututanaka shalabatika badadadaregianaka shalabatika badananaki dadadananaki Shanananaki, shanananaki, shala cha 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 cha, shala cha 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 cha, cha 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 ki putananaka, shala cha kutotototaki, shala chika badagala bargia badoriga barigandaka, shala chuchichi barigana nanananaka, shala chuchichela gara gara gara, shala chuchichela Janto dotiki, janto dotiki, janto dotiki batakananaka, shala janto dotiki batakananaka, chanto dotiki, chanto dotiki, chanto dotiki batakananaka, pototakananaka. So take a breath, take a breath. I keep saying that's the last piece, but there's a little more. Yeah. So just take a moment, take a breath. If there's anything anyone wishes to comment on, please feel free. Feeling a deep movement shifting in the sacral, clearing. And finally, we're just going to offer everything that we've worked with as a blessing and a prayer. As a blessing and a prayer. And I feel like this is for beings that are in between worlds. So obviously during some of these ritual practices, the young beings don't survive. Yeah, the young beings don't survive. Yeah, and they are. There is a shock and a shooting out of the soul from the base up through the head and out. So there's a disorientation and they don't know what's quite happened. Yeah. This is very young beings we're talking about. Yeah. So we want to just send them, I guess, our love, our light, that they may find where they need to go, their light, that they may find a path, a source, a light that welcomes them to where they need to be. Yeah. Okay. So that is the intention of this little practice. And I'm just going to bring through some star codes from their original homes. Because some of these are star seeds and many of them are star seeds. And we're just wanting to allow them to find home again, find home, and find where they need to go. Okay? Kashkantudoria Patakoyonaka Pariana Koyanaka Patikonyo Pokyononia Shalapayano Yonana Akana Shalapoyonanaka Shalapiananaka Shompionania Pananaka Poyonaka Shalapoyononaka Shalapatadionanapuko Purko Piananaka Shalapatutiki Shalapototateka Tatariananaka Shalapokorko Kakorko Gagorgo. So just rest in that deep stillness. You might even want to just sit for a little bit now and be in this energy before you get on with the rest of your evening. Yeah. Feel free to comment. I will try and put it on YouTube later, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do a free live for solar eclipse on Wednesday night. It's going to be on here on Facebook, so you can watch it here. I don't really want to talk too much right now because I feel like we just need to be in the energy of this. In fact, I'll sit with you for a moment or two while we just be in this stillness and peace, as these beings settle their energy, as there is a lifting off and a releasing of fragmented souls from the planet, as there is a deep healing of the sacral, especially linked with Egypt, So just hanging with these souls as they find a new way, a new trajectory. They feel held to be able to move on, letting go of shock, letting go of bewilderment, letting go of pain, the pain body, letting go of wounding in the base chakra, collectively. Just allowing all of this to be. allowing all of this to be. Taking a couple of breaths. And allowing yourself to drink some water after this. You may want to listen to it a couple more times before the eclipse, just to free things up and support your body. And maybe once is enough. You can be the judge of that. Yeah. So I will say goodnight for tonight. Thank you for sharing this space, holding space, and working with this sensitive topic. I'm wishing you well in your solar eclipse and the week ahead. And I'll speak to you very soon. Take care for now, guys. Bye for now.